Hey there. You know that chronic fatigue you've been experiencing? That's burnout. Those uncontrollable emotions at the office. Yep, also burnout. The mental exhaustion for even the most routine activities. Ladies, this is burnout. Your body is sounding the alarm. It's time to pay attention and do something about it. But what? I've put together a live 1 hour webinar on May 15th at 12 p.m. Eastern that will give you the tools you need to start living a less chaotic life. Tangible strategies that you can implement today to replenish your energy without having to quit your job or give up your business. Head over to karenfreeland.com/burnout and claim your spot today. There's no cost to attend. It's my free gift to you. I want to help you show up calm, confident, and collected in every facet of your life. No more burnout. Visit karenfreeland.com/burnout right now to learn more and sign up. Welcome to Rock Your Reinvention, the show for high-achieving career women who refuse to settle for mediocrity and aren't afraid to take bold action. This is a place where you can authentically show up, where every dream and goal can be validated and achieved. Hi, I'm your host, Karen Freeland, a certified life reinvention coach, speaker, and award-winning author. I'm here to give you the tips, tools, and strategies to help you shift your mindset, build your confidence, and take meaningful actions so you can rock your reinvention. Ready to go from stuck to thriving? Let's go. Hi, friend. Welcome back to Rock Your Reinvention. I am so happy that you are here with me today. If you're listening to this episode, chances are you own a business or you're thinking about starting a business of your own. And that is a great, exciting time in your life if you're thinking about starting it. And depending on how long you've had your business for, you might still be in the excited phase or you might be in the burnout phase. And I want to talk today specifically about how to build a business you love. Now, I could probably do a whole day workshop on this. We don't have time for that. But in the next 20 minutes or so, I want to give you 3 things to focus on. A little bit of back to basics here, if you will. 3 things for you to focus on in your business to help you love it even more. You know, I think we got amnesia a little bit as a society after COVID. During COVID, a lot of us had an awakening. We realized we're made for more. We got really excited about life again. We saw the possibilities. We realized how important time and space in our day, either with family or friends, or even for self-care and just being in tune with our own desires. We realized how important that was in the face of COVID. And now that's been a few years and life is pretty much back to normal. It's like we forgot that again. Our schedules are crammed. We're all crazy busy running around like chickens with our heads cut off again. And it's like, wait a second, time out. I want to be that sounding board for you. I want to be that little still voice that is reminding you there's more to life than just being busy, right? And hopefully you listened to the Breakup with Busy episode that I just did a couple weeks ago. But right now, I want you to, as a business owner, be thinking about how do I build or reshape this business to a business that I truly love? Okay, the first way that I help my clients, and I recommend for women in business to build a business that they love, is to go back to their schedule. Now, I typically refer to this as the CEO schedule, but if that word doesn't resonate with you, call it something else. It's just semantics. Maybe it's your mompreneur schedule. Maybe it's your boss babe schedule. I don't care. You call it whatever you identify as, but you're going to create that CEO schedule that helps you design a life and a business that you love and helps you avoid getting burnt out. If you read Grab Life by the Dreams, you know I share a little bit of my story when I first started my business. I actually started 2 businesses at once. I don't recommend doing that. And so I very quickly found myself working 24/7. And I was talking to my business coach and I was like, this is not what I signed up for. Like, I left corporate to get away from other people dictating my time, away from having to work 10-hour, 12-hour days. I'm killing myself. What am I doing? And she was like, let's go back to your schedule. Like, where do you fit in your workouts? Where do you fit in dropping off the kids and picking them up? Did you even block out time for lunch? And I'm like, oh my gosh, no, I'm eating at my desk again. That's one of the things I hated about corporate was having to sit there and eat at my desk. So we started looking at all these things. And one of the things I knew is I wanted 3-day weekends. I did not want to have to work on Fridays anymore. But I was already violating that because I just felt like I had to do all these things. There was always another training I had to take, or another person I had to talk to, or another freebie I needed to create, or something that needed to be done. And so I really had to go back and say, wait a second, what do I want this business to look like? What will make me want to get out of bed every morning and show up? Well, in my schedule, I need time in the morning to work out. I need time to drop the kids off to school and actually have breakfast with them. I need time to walk the dog. I need time to water the garden. And then I can go see some clients and really show up for them better than I could if I was frazzled and drained and had to start really early and didn't get my workout in and all those things. What would it look like in your business if you had a schedule that you actually loved, that excited you, that had time for self-care and rejuvenation, time for reflection, just to even say, hey, what went well today? And celebrate those little wins. And what could I have improved upon? How do I want to do this differently for tomorrow? That little 15 minutes at the end of the day for you to reflect before you leave your office, for me, that is such a game changer. But there was a lot of times that I wasn't allowing for that space in my schedule. So if you've got a business right now that you're not loving, that is draining your energy, that is burning you out, I want you to go back and look at your schedule. I'll give you another quick example. When I first started coaching, I had this illusion or limiting belief, this false idea that women were so busy during their day that they wouldn't be able to have a consultation call with me from 9 to 5. I would have to seek potential clients at night to get, that initial consultation call. Well, let me tell you what. People would book that time, right? People would book me at 8 p.m., 9 p.m. on a Monday night, on a Thursday night. And there were times that people didn't show. And I would get all done up because, I wanted to look my best. I'd put my makeup on. I would get all refreshened up. And I'd be sitting there at 9 p.m. while my husband's downstairs. And I'm like, I got to go get on this call. And I'd wait 5 minutes, 10 minutes. I'd text them. I'd send a message, never hear from them. And I started to resent my business. I started feeling really burnt out. And I'm like, I don't want to do this. Those are the little things I want you to look for in your schedule and see how you can shift that around. Now I only see potential clients every other week, and I have specific days within a 9 to 3 window that I see them. So my thought is, look, if the woman I'm working with can't carve out 45 minutes between 9 to 4 or 9 to 3, Monday through Thursday, she's not going to be able to work with me because I'm not going to work nights or weekends. So if she can't schedule that call in that time, guess what? It's not a good fit. And she can find another life coach that wants to work nights or weekends. These are the kinds of boundaries I want you to be thinking about in your schedule. Okay, that's number one. If you want to avoid burnout and you want to build a business that you truly love so that you don't end up quitting or giving up, you've got to focus on getting your schedule to be something that you actually enjoy. The second thing I want you to focus on is the clients that you want to serve. Don't just take anything for anything's sake, okay? And I see a lot of women doing this out of neediness, out of scarcity mindset, right? They have this person who says, I want to work with you. And you're like, oh, I see the red flags. You're kind of like a friend. I don't really know if this is going to work. I mean, whatever it is. right? You see those red flags and you're just like, okay, I'll take it though, because I need the work, right? You have that scarcity mindset. What if nothing else comes along? What if this is the only opportunity I get this month and I need the income? I get that. I have been there myself. So I'm not saying that this isn't a valid feeling like, oh, I feel like I really should just take this opportunity. But what happens is when we keep taking clients that don't energize us, or we keep working with other businesses or in an industry that doesn't fulfill us, we burn out. We feel like everything is a chore and we become really miserable in our business. And that impacts our delivery. That impacts how well we show up for our clients. I made the call very early on that I'm not going to coach men. I took a few in the beginning because of scarcity mindset. And I thought, oh, I'll get my chops wet on a guy, right? Like, let me try this out and see how this goes. But you know what? I didn't really enjoy it the way I enjoy coaching women. And so it drained me. And there may be certain types of clients that you're serving. Maybe you have a really toxic client. One of the women I'm working with, she actually just fired one of her clients. I was so proud of her because it was exactly that situation. The client was toxic and rude to her. And she was like, I don't have to take this. I don't have to work with you. It's not like in corporate where like you get a new boss and that's your boss and you actually have to figure out a way to get along or you have to change jobs. Same thing or sort of same thing in the business, right? Like we have the power to be like, you know what? I actually don't want to work with you anymore. So just like you would maybe change jobs or quit or move on in your corporate thing, same thing in the entrepreneur space. Like we could just say, oh, actually, you're fired. I'm not going to take you as a client anymore. So start looking at the people that you're serving, the businesses that you're serving and that you're working with, and try to figure out which is your ideal clients. What do you love to do? And then get laser focused on those types of clients. Now, some people might call this niching, right? But I'm not even thinking about it per se from a niche, but I'm just thinking about it from like, what do you actually enjoy? Like, who do you love working with? Work with those types of people. And it may not always be a niche. Sometimes it's a personality type thing. There are going to be people around you who are constantly going to try to tell you what you should add to your business. People do it to me all the time. Well, Karen, why don't you coach more men? Or why don't you do this? Like, you could make so much more money. You could, have such a bigger reach. And it's like, wait a second. Let me go back to my business plan. I hope all of you have a business plan. You should have a business plan for your company. You should have a mission statement for your business. Those two things are going to give you all the guidance that you need to decide what business to take and what business to let go. So, for example, my mission is to help at least 30 career women find balance in their life and reach their goals through my signature coaching programs by the end of 2024. Doesn't say anything about men. Doesn't say anything about starting a makeup line or opening a gym or getting certified as a personal trainer, right? All things I could do if I wanted to, but that would take me off course of my mission and it would burn me out and it might make me resent my business. So go back to the types of clients you want to be serving and focus your energies, your marketing, your networking, focus everything on those types of clients and stop worrying about some of the clients that you may lose or you may repel. That's actually a good thing because you're getting more targeted. A lot of times the way I will explain this to people is you're chasing pennies when there's dollars flying over your head, right? Like you might take a client, you're like, well, she's a friend and we've been working together for a really long time and I'm not really making what I'm worth, but I don't want to lose her. Okay, but you could go get another client that will pay you the full amount. So what is the opportunity cost of allowing this other person to take up time on your calendar when you could be doing something else? For a while, I don't want to give it away, but I was like doing this corporate contract, we'll call it. And it wasn't a lot of pay. I had not priced myself high enough when I first started it. And so then they kind of got used to my lower rates. And I was like, you know what? I don't actually need to do this work anymore. Like, this is actually hurting me from working with other people and having a stronger offer and making more money. So, I want you to be thinking about that for your own business. And if you are starting out, think about those parameters now. Like, I'm not going to do anything for less than 5K, or I'm not going to do anything for, start putting some of those parameters out there so that you've got a framework to work in. It's even just like speaking, right? Like, oh, do you want to come speak? It won't cost you anything. We'll cover your travel, but we can't pay you. Well, the opportunity cost for me to go do that and be out of the office for 3 days is higher because I could take another corporate contract or, speak for someone else that is going to pay me $5,000 to $10,000 for my time. So yeah, I get it that you think, this is no big deal. Like, it's not going to cost you anything, but it is going to cost me something. Again, I'm chasing pennies and dollars are flying over the head. So I hope that that analogy is helpful for some of you as you think about really building a business that you love. And if you are working for lower than what you deserve, if you've got clients that you don't want to serve and that aren't paying you what you're worth, you will start to resent them and it will show up in your work. So just trust me, you don't want to do that. Okay. The last thing I will say, maybe we'll see. You never know. Something else might come to mind. The third thing I really wanted to focus on today is choosing marketing tactics that you enjoy. Listen, the hard, cold facts about business is you've got to market your business in some way, shape, or form. But I think a lot of women have this belief that marketing has to look the same for everyone. Ooh, this coach or this service owner, this business is on Instagram. I better be on Instagram. Oh, this person was super successful selling their book on TikTok. I guess I better get on TikTok. But what you're not thinking about is, what do you actually enjoy doing? What are you energetically going to wake up every day and be like, yes, I want to go get on Instagram and make a reel. I want to get on TikTok and do a video. Like, here's the thing. If you don't actually enjoy doing that and you don't want to do it, you won't. You will absolutely resist it time and time again. And then you will wonder why you don't have any clients. And it's because you're not actually showing up and marketing yourself. You're not actually putting yourself out there. We have some options. And I want to remind everyone that there were millions of businesses that functioned just fine before social media. Social media is not the end all be all for marketing. Do I use it? Yes. Do a lot of my clients use it? Yes. Can it be super effective? 1,000%. But if you legitimately hate Instagram, like I just had a client call recently, and this was exactly what we were talking about. She's like, I recoil every time I have to do Instagram. Like, I hate it. I don't know how long to make the text. I don't know what hashtags to use. I don't want to be on camera. Like, just, it was all the things, right? And she's just like, I hate it. And I'm like, well, this would explain why you haven't been doing it, right? Because you resent it. And it's going to burn you out if you force yourself to keep doing this. So we have three options as the way I see it. When you have a marketing tactic that you don't enjoy, okay, you have to make a decision. Let's just keep with this Instagram thing. How important is Instagram to you? Could you A, stop it? I mean, is there another platform that you enjoy more where you could go get clients from? Then just stop being on Instagram and go to that other platform. If you don't want to stop it because you recognize, nope, Instagram is the place to be for my industry, I absolutely have to be there. You have a second option. You could be outsource it. Find someone else to do the work for you. Hire a virtual assistant, get an intern from a local college or something, whatever. I don't care what it is. Hire a social media agency. Like, get someone else to manage this for you. So if you're not going to stop it, then you got to outsource it. But there's a third option. And sometimes this is the easiest option and the most affordable option. And that is change your mindset about it. Stop focusing on all the things that suck about it, all the challenges you have, and start looking for ways to enjoy it. Okay, so you don't like doing reels? What do you like doing? Oh, I love making carousels on Canva. Cool, then let's do a bunch of carousels. I don't really want my face in it. Okay, let's show the product. Or can you show images of the kinds of clients that you work with? Can you do graphics? Like, there's a million other ways to get to the same end result without having to feel like, oh, you have to do reels or you have to do it just the way everyone else is doing. That might be writing emails. Maybe you hate writing emails. Maybe you hate blogging. I know for me, when I first started blogging, I loved it and I had so much fun. And then I went through this season where I was really trying to get my SEO game up. And it was like, okay, you must have an H1 title that looks like this. Then you need this subtitle. Then you need this. And I'm like, this has literally taken all the fun and personality out of blogging. Like, I don't even want to do it anymore. This sucks. So that was an example where my business was burning me out because I didn't enjoy it. So I was like, how would I make this easy? How would I love this again? I was like, okay, I could outsource this. I can come up with the topic. I can come up with some of the personal stories that I want to make sure incorporated and put my personality in it. But I can have someone else actually do the blog writing and the outline, and they can worry about all the H1 and H2 headlines and all that keywords and that nonsense. Like, that doesn't need to be me. So that's what I did. And I did stop actually for a little period. I was like, okay, I'm just not going to do this. But then I was like, no, I really do want to have that resource on my website for women. So how can I make this work? I know I'm going to outsource it. So again, if you really want to build a business you love and avoid that burnout, there's 3 things you can focus on. There's more things, but let's just start with these 3. Tweak this, and then you can work on other things from there. Number 1, get your schedule in order. Make it something that you love, a schedule that you can't wait to wake up and go live every single day. Design that purpose-driven life and business for yourself. Number 2, only focus on the clients that you want to serve. And that actually even ties back into the marketing piece that we were just talking about. Like, stop trying to be everything to everyone. If you want to go hard on a specific area, like, just be bold and focus on that. You don't have to cover every single topic in your industry. Like, you can be really targeted, and you may find that you start to enjoy those things more. So call in those clients that you love serving. Don't feel that scarcity mindset, like you got to stuff your calendar and constantly be taking every single job that comes across your plate. You don't. It's okay to say no, and there will always be more. There is so much business and abundance out there for you. And the third thing you can do if you want to avoid burnout and build a business that you truly love is to choose those marketing tactics that you enjoy. Because the bottom line is, if you don't enjoy it, you won't do it anyway. And then you're going to be frustrated when you're not scaling your business. So you can stop what you're doing, you can outsource it, or you can change your mindset. Those are your options if you've got a marketing tactic that you're not loving. And guess what? You have full permission to make those changes. You are the business owner. You don't have to ask anybody. You don't have to check with somebody. You get to just make that decision. So trust your intuition, tap into your gut. You know the right thing to do for you. If you loved this episode, I would love to hear from you. Send me a note, Karen@KarenFreeland.com. Don't forget, Karen is with an I, Karin. Let me know which was your biggest takeaway. What are you going to do differently? What are you going to implement first? I'm happy to hold you accountable for that. Take me up on it. Send me a note and I'll follow up with you and make sure that you're doing the things you said you were going to do. Until next time, ladies, keep crushing and stay fabulous. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you're inspired to take action by committing to one of the tips or strategies we talked about in today's episode. And if you want accountability and support, I've got your back. Join my private Facebook group, Successful Working Women Rocking Reinvention, today. You'll find a community of like-minded women waiting to support you. exclusive content, and helpful resources to ensure you succeed. Lastly, if you loved this episode, do me a favor and be sure to leave a review. Together, we can encourage more women to live their purpose. See you next time.